For more on the talks, we are joined by CTV's Ottawa Bureau Chief Robert Fife, who is in Washington tonight. And Bob, we understand that you have some of the details for us.
Well, Sandy, I should say, first of all, the Prime Minister's office and the White House are keeping a tight lid on tomorrow's talks. But officials say the two leaders will launch formal negotiations to make the flow of people, goods, and services much easier while enhancing perimeter security. Sources say the leaders want negotiators to conclude a sweeping deal within the year. It would mean joint border inspection facilities to speed up the movement of goods, the relocation of U.S. food inspectors at Canadian plants and vice versa, greater sharing of intelligence, and harmonizing regulations on everything from food to manufactured goods, cooperation on building of bridges, roads, and rail links, and greater use of biometrics to track travelers in real time. And sources say, Sandy, that this could be the most significant development in terms of Canada's border and trade with the United States since the 1988 Free Trade Agreement. Well,
so significant, Bob. How is it likely to be received in Ottawa, then, by the opposition?
Oh, I think the opposition parties will, who are already complaining that the Prime Minister hasn't given them any information on this, they will argue that Canada's sovereignty is at risk and Canadian privacy concerns are at risk as well. And you could bet that if there is an election this spring, this will be the central issue in an election campaign.
Okay. Thanks, Bob.
For some analysis on that meeting, I'm joined now by Bruce Hicks from the University of Montreal. Hello there. Good to see you.
Hello, Marcia.
So let's begin by talking about that agenda. What do you think's on the top? Is it the is it the issue of border security?
Well, I think border security is going to be what it will come out of the meeting, but by definition, things that come out of a meeting at that high a level have already been determined well in advance.
Now, I'm just wondering, getting back to this issue of the security perimeter, because it's something that we've been talking about all week. What does the United States want? What does Canada want? How far apart are the two countries on this?
Well, you know, first of all, it's incredibly hard to negotiate with the United States because it has all the marbles in its basket. You know, we need the United States to do business. The United States, while a lot of trade comes from Canada, they can easily take trade elsewhere. You know, they hand out favored trading nation status as a reward to people in order to change foreign governments' policies. They know they have all the marbles. So it's hard sitting down and negotiating. Since September 11th, it's become increasingly difficult to cross the border, and I think you know, Stephen Harper, under pressure from business groups, would like to ease that. The challenge is, in order to ease that, you've got to convince the Americans that Canada is not a threat. There's a perception that there's a threat. There's a new General Accounting Office study that came out this week that claims it's the most porous threat to America, with only 10% defended. So you know, there's the myth they have to overcome, and there's also the simple reality of negotiating with a big player who is going to make demands. So, it's going to demand information on travelers. It's going to want changes to immigration policy. And these are tough things for a Canadian government to give up.